The other route, you get them, it's just going to be one deeper.
Yeah, you just you shelf them for a couple of weeks.
Now, if you're WESCO number 2, you will get them in the second. You'll get them in the first round after the crossover.
Right.
It's kind of confusing. They play what they call a crossover, which we would consider the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
I'm exhausted mentally.
All the roads, unless you're WESCO number 1, you're going to see Bellevue and Mount Si really early. If not the first game, the second game.
That's the takeaway.
That's the takeaway. If you didn't hear, I think we were having some audio problems, but if you didn't hear what we were saying before, that is the takeaway.
Bellevue, Bellevue, Bellevue.
Mount Si.
We got to get to 4A as quickly as possible.
We do. 4A's, for all those people that think 4A is a lot tougher, 4A is a much easier route. You got a much easier route to the state championship in 4A than you do in 3A, especially if you're in WESCO, because everything in WESCO runs through Kinko, and that's where Bellevue and Mount Si sit. So,
well,
there you have it, folks.
If you, again, we don't have our booth, but, I mean, Tim's got charts, graphs, spreadsheets. It's unbelievable.
I got Post-it notes.
Oh, it's like NASA center here. I mean, he's got stuff, every single scenario guided out. Tim Boyle, our WESCO Mr. Playoff. So, more now on the WESCO Septic pregame. Again, WESCO Septic, awescoseptic.com, or 888-488-5588. 24-hour service, 7 days a week. Over 25 years of experience. Call Lou and the gang, and they will take care of you. But we are all ready for football, and we didn't even get to half the things we wanted to talk about, Tim Boyle.
We need to do a half-hour pregame next week.
We do. Kicking off, Glacier Peak is going to be receiving white jerseys for Meadowdale. Berg back to get it, and he's not going to get there. It's going to go in the end zone.
And that just missed going out of bounds by about 1.5 feet, and that we would have got it on the 35-yard line. So, that was actually a great kick. He cut it close. So who's getting the nod, Scott? We
did not get a chance for our typical, because of senior night tonight. Coach Rowe was otherwise occupied, but we will kind of weave in the Mongo's Coach Rowe show. And the question is, are they going to go with Corwin? Or they looks like they're going with Corwin.
We didn't even get to predict. At the breaks, we're going to have to go through some predictions and some scenarios on tonight's game.
And we didn't get about what happened last week. We
got nowhere.
We got nowhere. But it's time for championship football. 1st and 10 for the 20. A good pass out to Hines, but an even better defensive play by number 17 for the Mavericks.
Well, on that one, Meadowdale was just ready for that play. They were sitting right there. Tried a little screen there, and that actually went for a loss of about 4 yards, I think.
2nd and 14. Just started the first half. That was Neely. Look for him all night. Great defensive. Now Branson tucks it. Now he pitches it out to Wong. Wong, he'll get a few, but not many. And Kainoa Wong, boy, that was dicey.
that was kind of a gutsy play. They were doing an option, and right when he's about to get tackled, he decides to pitch the ball off, but it's going to leave 3rd and 11.
Yes, and probably not the down and distance on the script that the offensive staff wants for Glacier Peak. Had a nice chat with first-year Maverick coach Mike Don before the ball game. Looking forward. Now we have Pinkett in the backfield. Branson, a bad snap, but the snap gets back. Now he just wings it over the cross, but there's Trey Chambers. Catches the 35-40. Gets all the way to cross. Now he's the 50. 45. What a play by Trey the Thief Chambers.
Oh, my. And that was a heads-up play by Branson. That ball went over his head by about 10 yards. And he ends up making a desperate throw to Trey Chambers. They get the first down and then some. Boy, that was a big play.
It was panic time there for Corwin. And, man, he just slung that baby.
He did.
1st and 10 now. Number 3 with a massive catch. 39-yard pickup. And this one's caught, and it's again Trey Chambers.
It's funny, Scott, because we've been talking the whole time at Starbucks when we were going over the game plan. We talked about they got to get the ball to Trey Chambers, and we thought they got to get it to Justin Guffey a little bit more. But Chambers is averaging 30 yards a catch, and they've only thrown to him like 10 times.
Not a huge passing year this year. Now, finally, Pinka gets his first carry up the gut. He'll get 2 or 3, maybe depending where they spot it. Leave up a second and long, but good to see. That's the other thing we talked about.
I think it's going to be second and about 1. No, they got the first down.
Oh, they get. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're absolutely right. First down.
Got just enough what he needed. But again, back to the Trey Chambers, the thief. We've been saying they got to get him the ball. When you're averaging 30 yards a catch, you got to throw him the ball.
Give me the rock, baby.
Yeah, and he actually goes for the ball, too.
Yes, he does. So at the Maverick 31-yard line, 1st and 10, Wong in motion. Does he keep it? He does, and he's sorry he did because 84, the big fella Charlie White plays offense tight end. Boy, he slammed him to the ground, and he had some words for him afterwards.
Well, they read that play, and that's a hard way to get 1 yard.
2nd and 9, 9:20 left here in the first quarter, opening minutes. First drive for Glacier Peak. Corwin keeps it. Now he's going to huck it off to Wong at the last second. Wong with a nice juke inside the 20. Finally be gang tackled. Boy, they lift him up.
They picked him up and threw him down.
What's
now,
the wrestling
should be
term?
A flag. Well, he had him in a double leg takedown is what he had him in. If we're going to the wrestling terms.
That looked like a wrestling move.
It did, and I think you can't do that, actually. They must have set him down gently.
Well, I think there was a blockade around him. Jim Carter, our referee tonight, David Sather, the umpire. We'll get more of that. But 1st and 10 to go on the Meadowdale 17-yard line. There's a whistle. Dead ball foul. Not sure what's going on down there. So illegal motion is on Glacier Peak. And speaking of penalties, Tim Boyle, could you please run the numbers? We
didn't quite get to the penalties, but I'm going to tell you something real quick. The penalties for the year, according to our expert statistician, we're at like 518 yards in penalties to about the opponent's 140.
And this is a record for Glacier Peak fans we keep hearing year after year. You gotta clean it up. Okay, 1st down and 15. Fakes the handoff. Corwin, plenty of time, goes over the middle.
Ooh, and he threw that.
Ooh.
He threw that, and there was like 5 Meadowdale guys. I think they're gonna have a talk with him about that.
Tried to go to the thief well, one too many that time, incomplete.
Not only was he not open, but there was about 5 of them sitting there. So he's lucky he didn't get that picked off.
Maybe he was confused. He thought it was the Grizzly practice squad or something. I'm not sure. But 2nd and 15 now for Glacier Peak. Still the ball. Excuse me, this ball on the 23-yard line. Fakes the hand. No, he gets it to Pinka, and Pinka is crushed.
Well, that's going to bring up a long. That's going to bring up a long 3rd down.
Joseph Alcaderi, and you're going to hear his number called. He is an absolute stud. 6 foot, 295, a senior, Tim.
Yeah, well, good thing he's a senior.
Don't want to see him.
Don't want to see him next year. 3rd and 15.
Branson fakes it. Now he pitches it to Wong. Wong trying to make something happen. He will get to just the 16-yard line, it looks like.
Now, number 42 actually tripped him up on that. 42 was on the ground and tripped him as he was going by, or Wong might have actually got the first down on that. Now it's 4th down, and I think you're going to see the weapon here.
Josiah Evans, number 1 with the tackle. The weapon is out.
It's going to be about a. It's going to be about a. This is going to be what a. It's on the 20, 36, 30, 34-yarder.
It's on the 28-yard line or 29. It's up and it is good.
And that was an interesting kick. It kind of went. It kind of lofted it up there. It didn't look like his normal kicks that go about 55 yards.
So that was from the 24-yard line, 34-yard kick?
34-yarder, yep.
You're saying 29-yard?
Was it on the 20?
It was on the 29? Where he kicked it from? Okay.
I was thinking it was on the 24.
I was thinking that as well, but
16.
we'll see.
Because weren't they on the 16-yard line for this line of scrimmage?
They were about the 16. Yeah,
so it should be about a. Should have been on about the.
Let's see the instant replay. Let's see if we can do the instant replay. A new trick here tonight. Leslie McLean,
34
running the board. Well, where's the ball right there? Oh, that's back. This is the play that saved the drive to Trey Chambers, a 39-yard pickup when all said and done. Branson, snap goes over, and he picks up a huge one. And right now, our Seattle Hill Physical Therapy score with 7:09 left in the first quarter. Glacier Peak 3, Meadowdale 0.
Let's go back. Okay.
Here's the kickoff from the weapon, who we made, and that is deep.
6 yards deep.
As Oberman used to say, it's deep, and I don't think it's playable.
He did used to say that.
All right, we're just settling in right here. Let's take a quick break on STSPN. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, 1st and 10 now for Evans. Handing it off. Number 5, we didn't even get checked, but 15, Evans keeps it. Their quarterback, Jeremiah Evans, a senior. He's 6'3", 210, and he's a very good rushing quarterback.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of options. What do they call it, a mid option? Or
midline option.
Midline option. They're going to be running a lot, so Glacier Peak linebackers are going to kind of key on that running back. You'll notice they'll kind of float around. They're going to try to make the quarterback keep that ball tonight.
So 2nd and 8 now from the 22-yard line. Hands it off to Braxton. Here is the guy they have to watch out for, number 5. He is the stud, Malik Braxton, leading rusher in WESCO 3A South, and they held him to a gain of 4, it looks like.
And Scott, really when Meadowdale's beat Glacier Peak over the years, they've done it with running backs.
Yes.
They had Shepard, and they had that like Skyler somebody, or can't remember their other back, and they've really beaten Glacier Peak in the running game.
3rd down and 4 from their own 26-yard line. Braxton now on the left side finds a seam. He'll get a 1st down. He's finally taken down by Holloman at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I think that's what Meadowdale's going to be trying to do all night. Glacier Peak's going to try to keep them from handing the ball off and wanting that quarterback to read and keep it, but you give the ball to Braxton all night long, it's going to be tough.
And we talked to defensive coordinator Steve Hannon before the game, and that's what he said. There's going to be some major halftime adjustments. 5:36 left. 3-0 Glacier Peak. 1st and 10 now for Meadowdale. First pass tonight by Evans. Goes over the cross, and it's caught by Charlie White at the 45. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Well, that's a classic case of when your run's setting up the pass.
Charlie White, one of the leading receivers on this team, a junior, 6'3", big kid. So Meadowdale marching down. Talked last week, Meadowdale getting taken by a very good Eastlake team. Scored 41 on them in the first half.
Again, though, non-league 4A school doesn't really hurt Meadowdale.
Evans. Now he fakes it, but he does give it to number 4, and number 4 is the other one. He'll get a pickup of 4 yards right at the 50, and number 4 is Rory Spillum, another guy. He scored all the touchdowns last week in that loss to Eastlake.
Yeah, and that was a good play because he was about to lose about 4 yards on that play. They had the penetration, but he just kind of slipped by. I couldn't see who got the penetration in there, but
And
good
Coach,
heads-up play to get 5 or 4 out of that.
Yeah, leaves them at 2nd and 6, 4:25. Again, Glacier Peak scoring a field goal on Spencer the Weapon Pettit. What are we agreeing now?
The future Coug.
That's
Spencer
right.
Pettit.
Well, not so
Come
fast.
on now.
Not so fast. Was it a 34-yarder?
I think so.
All right.
Oh,
and there's whistles.
got a timeout on the field, I think.
We have a timeout on the field. Well, 4:09 left. We will take a brief timeout here. Let's get things together. You're watching Glacier Peak football only on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Welcome back. 2nd and 6. Evans with a keeper on the left side. Not going to get enough for a first down.
I think they're going to be about 2 yards short. Probably 3rd and 2 or a long one.
Nice article today on Jeremiah and Josiah, his brother, twin brother, who is a very good receiver, has hit some long bombs, actually.
Well, they trust each other.
They do. They know each other. They probably have had a lifetime of practice. 3rd and short now for Meadowdale on their opening drive, first quarter action. Evans back to pass. He had somebody in his grill. Goes downfield, and it's incomplete. Trying to go for Josiah, his brother.
44.
That's Diego.
Wow, he was right in the – he had to get rid of it, and that's really the – you can credit that to, is it Diego?
Diego Ayala.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Bobby Ayala.
No, of course not. Never. He's a junior. I remember seeing him and actually got some playing time last year as he was a sophomore.
They're going for it, obviously. I think that's the right call, and they're on the 45-yard line or so.
Always want to see. Big test now for the defense. Looks like Braxton in the background. They give it to Braxton. He's got pursuers, slips down, and the defense comes up with a big stop here in the championship game. What a stop by the Glacier Peak defense, Tim.
Not only did they gave him the extra couple yards like we talk about, but they lost about 7 or 8 yards on that play. So not only they turn it over on downs, they give GP an extra 8 yards of field position. Should have been about 10 yards. We talk about that all. For some reason, they never give them the full loss on that.
Unbelievable play. 3:13 Meadowdale. Several first downs in the drive. And a massive stop here to stop the momentum.
By the way, the penetration was thick on there. There was like 6 guys that got through the line.
Branson Corwin, the senior and senior night, holding the pink. Takes it, keeps it, passes it out to Leon Elliott. He gets hammered, and he loses a couple. We'll see where they give him. No, they're going to lose, looks like 4 yards.
Yeah. Boy, they're
3 yards. They're going to 3-yard loss. Boy, Leon took a shot.
He did. And the Meadowdale that defensive line is not biting on these options at all.
Number 16, Leon Elliott with the loss there. And they'll set up, 3-yard loss, 1st and 13, or it should be 2nd and 13.
I think you better, I think they're having a little more success with the pass. What do they got? Trips right now? And then they got Trey back here on the near side.
Other key, we want to see if Guffey can get the ball. They give it to Pinka. Pinka trying to make his way forward, but 57 had him by the backside.
Interesting play calling. The run doesn't. These run options aren't seeming to get anywhere right now.
No, Alcadari, just a stud on defense, number 57. That was senior Josh Pinka. Had a great game last week.
Yeah, 160 or so, 160 yards on the ground.
Yeah, did a nice job. Was our STSPN Kathy Salvadolina player of the game. 3rd down and 11. We'll see what Rory fires up. Rolling to the near side. Corwin Branson, now he's in trouble. Rolling back to the 40. Finally gets it out, and it's caught at the 35. He'll be down at the 34, and that's Jake Berg with the catch.
Holy moly. And I got to tell you what, I got to give some big credit to Branson because he had to roll. Well, first of all, he had to run for his life, and then he had to throw it across his body across the field as the play was breaking up. So great heads-up play by Branson.
Second improv night for Branson Corwin. The first drive, he was chased almost into his end zone and found Trey Chambers for a 39-yard gain to pick up the first down. Now 1st and 10 at the 32. Pinka, though, just ripped down. Maybe they're going to give him 1 or 2. They'll get to the 31.
They're gonna have to make some adjustments on the offensive line there because they just can't seem to open up any type of hole there, regardless of whether they're running the option or whatever they're running. No holes at all. 2nd
down and 8 yards to go. 40 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Glacier Peak up 3-0. Elliott in motion. They flip it to Elliott. He's got blockers outside. Cuts it in. Crosses the 25 to the 20. Looking for the corner. He's finally dragged down inside the 10.
There's a flag coming out of the back, and it might be an illegal block. It looks like it might go against GP.
And I think it might have been. You think Jake Berg? Looking at our spotter here, Rob Wygant.
I think it was against Nick Allen, but
the penalties, a killer, a big pickup by Leon Elliott, and you've been talking all year about Leon getting in the game.
I know they need to get him in the game. And when they do get him in the game, they get a huge penalty. Man, that's like because he was down.
He was inside
about
the 10
yard line. So
about
this is really like a 25-yard penalty.
Absolutely killing this team. This just in, Cascade hangs on to win, beating Kamiak 28-14. They lock up a district berth to the 4A South number 2 seed.
Great. Cascade's playing great. What a turnaround they've had this year.
Josh Smith, the phenom quarterback. Exciting to watch.
So this penalty, not only that, it negated the first down, Scott. It's that large.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. They'll switch sides. We will take a short timeout.
There's an Amber Alert right now.
Yes, there is. I've been seeing that.
2001 white BMW.
In Mill Creek, correct?
Yeah. If you're all listening out there, Amber Alert 2001 white BMW. Plate 330CI. Or no, license AJD7417. Be on the lookout.
Obviously, the other big game tonight in WESCO is the Marysville-Pilchuck Oak Harbor game. That's going to be played up in Marysville.
Yeah, and please hit us up on the Facebook if you got scores on that one. We're really interested in that game tonight.
I don't know what's going on. 2nd and 4. He throws it and incomplete, or did Big Hensley get it?
Well, I don't know. Well, Hensley, they're not allowed to get it, so.
What is going on? Oh, they said there was some time on the clock. Sorry, very confusing here. The board is not working properly here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
No, and they haven't put, the other thing is they haven't put what yard line it's been on tonight.
Right. So
is that the end of the first?
That is now the end of the first. Looking up the official timer, always down on the field. So that will do it for the first quarter. Our Seattle Hill Physical Sports and Spine Physical Therapy score, Glacier Peak 3, Meadowdale 0. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. All right. Second quarter action here from downtown Snohomish. Branson Corwin pitches it to Berg on the right side. Trying to elude tacklers. He'll make a gain of 1 or 2 maybe. A lot of work.
He had the first down marker in sight, but he made an adjustment, and now the weapon's coming back out.
Wow. 4th and 2. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Most teams would have to go for this, by the way, Scott.
Yes,
but when
they would.
When you got the weapon, so this is going to be a 43-yarder.
43-yard attempt. Spencer Pettit with a 34-yard hold is good. Hines is down.
It's got the distance.
It's got plenty of distance. It's right. No, it's no good.
Just
it's
right.
wide.
It was wide right, and he had plenty of distance on it. So he misses a 43-yarder? Wasn't because of distance.
Just a little bit wide right. Let's check in the first time tonight with our sideline reporter and everybody's favorite, the wedge, Ron Henthorn. Ron.
Hey, down to you guys. That was a nice kick by Spencer, but it was about 5 yards wide right. So no score on that one. So,
Ron, was the hold okay and everything, or what was the deal with that?
Looked like a very good hold. He just hit it 5 yards right. So I don't know, just didn't line it up right perhaps. So
okay,
back to you, and we'll see what happens on this play.
Seesaw game. Here's Evans, keeper up the middle. Now he's got all kinds of space and room. What a massive run by number 15. He'll get all the way up to the 46-yard line.
Wow. They're going to need to come up with an answer for that.
Jeremiah Evans.
That's the quarterback.
Not
the brother.
No, number 15.
What's his brother's number?
Josiah is number 1.
Number 1, okay.
Jeremiah about 6'3", Josiah 6 foot.
They're both pretty good-sized guys.
1st and 10. And that's Braxton eating him up in the middle, just gouging him. He's almost to a first down, a pickup of 9 by number 5.
Yeah, Braxton, you know what he looks like? He looks like Giovanni Shepard.
Yes.
He's kind of small, sleek, and fast.
And for Glacier
Slippery.
Peak fans, that's not a good,
No. And again,
good likeness.
And again, when we've lost to Meadowdale over the years, it's been those running backs that have kind of tortured us.
Something rare this year. We're not used to seeing teams that huddle, Tim.
Nope.
This is, I think, one of the first we've seen.
Mike Don told us they're going to huddle all night.
They want to slow it down. Evans back to pass with pressure, and this one's in the dirt trying to go to his brother, but Mosese Fafita, Brendan Jensen, and big Josh Elvig in there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the defensive line is they're getting to – when he goes back to pass, they're getting to him in a hurry.
Jeremiah Evans leading the WESCO South, 882 yards. That's I think that's might have more than that. 3rd and 1. They had a huge 4th down stop on their first drive, and they have Spillum in the backfield. They get it to Spillum upright, but they stick him.
Got it.
They tackle him for a loss.
Yeah. So now it's going to make a decision time. Where are they going to spot that ball?
It looks right at the 45-yard line, short just a yard. It'll bring up 4th and 1.
That's a generous spot. I thought he actually lost some yards.
But,
they
always are generous.
They're going to go for it.
Are they going to go for it? They have somebody, 62 is
they
back.
got somebody back to punt, actually. See what they actually do.
That's Taylor Linton. We got nobody back looking for the fake, but he is going to get rid of it. Nice angle kick. Takes a big Meadowdale bounce, and they're going to down it at the 3.
Oh, and he actually could have – that ball would have gone right to the 1-inch line. He got a little jumpy on that. Glacier Peak actually caught a break there for him grabbing that at about the 3.
Want to tell you tonight's broadcast and all of our broadcasts all year long brought to you by Fred's Rivertown Ale House. Maybe they're watching the game down there. Want to say hello to everybody just a few minutes away from where we are. Fred's Rivertown Ale House, downtown Snohomish. Also McDaniel's Do-It Center in downtown along with Snohomish Bakery.
Hopefully Fred's does have us on.
I hope they do. So 1st and 10. Looks like to me about the 3-yard line. Pinka in the backfield. They get it to Pinka right up the middle. He'll make 1 or 2, but he is swung down by big 99, Garrett Walsh.
That's been their theme on those tackles on Pinka. They're kind of swinging him down.
Pinka, again, who was our player of the game last week, the senior, missing a few games early, coming in, having to fight for the job with the junior, Matt, the Brunswick Darling, who's had a very good season. So 2nd and 8, they gave him 2. Corwin now pitching it out to Wong. Wong, a nice cut tackle by 47.
I think he lost about 2 yards on that play.
Sean Snow, the senior linebacker, with a great open field tackle.
I think it's going to bring it back to 3rd and 10.
8:30 left in the second quarter. Glacier Peak 3, Meadowdale 0. Spencer Pettit, the last drive, misses a 43-yard field goal just wide right. Last 2 times, the senior Branson Corwin's been faced with 3rd and long. He's come up with a miracle throw. Back to throw one more time. A dart over to the Thief. Did the Thief get it?
I think he did. I think it's a first down.
First down, Glacier Peak. Boy, 3rd down conversions are priceless tonight for Branson Corwin.
And what did we keep saying, Scott? They need to get the ball to the Thief more often.
Boy, but he's got to watch going to the Thief now. Can't go there when he's not there.
Gonna open up. Well, we got. Let's see who else we got in there. Maybe Nick Allen will get some action. We got Guffey playing on the wide receiver spot.
He is in and out, but 3rd down conversion's not good this year. Coming in tonight, 31 for 94 for Glacier Peak. They're doing an excellent job tonight. Split trips to the right, now motion. Gets it off to Pinka. Pinka has a little crease. He pops through, and he'll be close to another first down. Short of a couple. Nice job by Pinka to burst through the hole.
That's the first time we've really seen Pinka be able to find a little hole there.
This just in. Thank you, Lori Anderson. Bizib 7-6 Oak Harbor on top of Marysville Pilchuck at the end of the first quarter.
Wow.
2nd and 1 here. Pinka gets it, but big Walsh.
There's going to be a flag. They got to throw a flag on there. No flag? Oh, looks like there was a lot of extracurricular going on Meadowdale. Like 5 seconds after the play, they're throwing a Glacier Peak guy down, and no flag, though.
They're stopping the clock, I see. Again, it'll bring up 3rd and short. The ball at the 24-yard line. Pinka in the backfield. Interesting, now Wong goes in motion. They give it to Pinka. Pinka will have enough for a first down. Big play there.
Good little push by the offensive line. They needed 1. They got 2.
Number 5, Josh Pinka, getting a lot of carries tonight. 7 carries. Gains just enough on that one. 20 yards. The hard way for Josh Pinka. Glad you're with us. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, STSPN.com. We're just into the second quarter. Kind of an interesting game so far. Not a lot of scoring. These defenses are coming up when they have to, Tim.
And Meadowdale's been kind of known for their defense. When Mark Stewart was there, he was kind of a defensive-minded guy, and looks like they kind of stuck with it. Now it's the GP that's calling a timeout.
It is. Glacier Peak will take a timeout with 6 minutes 20 left to go. 6 minutes 20 seconds left to go in this first half. Also want to thank Mongo's. Eat at Mongos.com for the Mongo's Coach Rose Show. Didn't get that in tonight. They're doing something different. As you can see, maybe our camera will get over to the cheerleaders. You see it's Pink Night. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's good to see everybody in pink. But back to Mongo's. We miss our good friend Chris Cuneo, Shannon Cuneo, Eagle Eye Cuneo. No Mongos tonight for the
Where are they,
STSBN
like Hawaii
crew.
or something?
They are. Melikalikimaka haoli makihikiho. How do you know that? How do you go there?
I can't believe they're.
I just said 1st and 10 in Hawaiian.
Did you?
No, actually.
I'm not going to argue with you.
It was Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But Mongos in Clearview. Check it out. If you haven't, you're crazy. You're nuts. All right? That's all I got to say there. It's 1st and 10 for Glacier Peak. Austin Hines. Austin the Hands Hines. Corwin flushed out. He keeps it, and he is just wrapped and dropped.
Well, he had to keep it there because their option guy was covered, and he got hit hard.
Jimmy Bruders, number 36, the junior, right there. Very disciplined defense. They'll give him 2 for his efforts.
Little surprised they're not airing it out a little bit more tonight.
Only when they have to.
Well, they pulled a rabbit out of their hat a couple times tonight.
Want to make sure we know, again, strong side to the far side of the field here. Nobody. Corwin gets it to Pinka, but Pinka's met hard, and he is dropped. See if they give him forward progress, but big number 55 was right in his grill. Marzell Simmons.
Oh, that's going to bring up a 3rd and long again and going to force them to pass, but they've had some success at these long thirds. I think they need to be passing a little bit more on 1st and 2nd down.
Good look at the front line for Glacier Peak. 75 Holloman. The Freightliner, Neil Drewliner right there at right guard. Nolan Dale, the senior center. Fafita and Hensley on the left side. Big 3rd and 8 here. Wong in motion. Fakes to Pinka. Gets it over. Tries to drop it to Hines. Incomplete.
Hines got drilled right in the face, too, after I'm surprised they didn't call that illegal hands to the face.
Alcadere right there, and that'll bring the first punting tonight for Glacier Peak. And Spencer, the weapon, Pettit on to punt. You know what? You're looking at the numbers. He's not a bad punter either.
No, absolutely not. He's had some great plays to save a few punts, too, with some high snaps, and see what happens here.
Back to receive for Meadowdale. That is Evans, Josiah
it's a fake
Evans.
Punt.
It's a fake.
Oh, and they fumbled.
And he fumbled, pops up, and there's 55 taking it to the house. He's going to get to the house.
Wow.
What the heck? Marzell Simmons, the kid who made the tackle, pops the ball.
I think we might need to see that one on instant replay.
If we could, that would be interesting.
They did a fake, and they just drilled. I couldn't tell who actually was running the ball at that second, but he got drilled, and the ball popped up right into the defender's hands, and he was off to the races. Nobody even touched him.
Number 55 for Meadowdale, Marzell Simmons, ran the ball. Did you see that? Was Pettit taking it?
I think Pettit was.
I think he did.
He optioned it back. Here we go on instant replay. Oh, not quite yet. Now they need see if they can get a block on this extra point.
Meadowdale now. Evans with the hold. It's up, and it is good, and that's Brent Schaefer. Schaefer not a bad kicker either, the junior. So what a turn of events, and again, turnovers absolutely just destroying penalties and turnovers every time. It's a cliche. Costly there, Tim Boyle.
Yeah, and what we had one penalty already tonight that just killed Glacier Peak. It was ended up being like a 25-yarder. Goes in the books as 10, but really a lot more than that. And then this costly turnover here.
Where were they when it was 4th and 8? I think they were at the 20. What were they at the 24, 25-yard line? When we went to punt.
Yeah, we were probably about the. I think we were at about the 24. Yeah, 24, 25, somewhere in there. We can't tell. The reader board isn't working tonight.
Glacier Peak football always brought to you by our friends at Seattle Hill Sport and Spine Physical Therapy. And our score tonight right now, Meadowdale 7, Glacier Peak 3. kind of a standstill until that big turnover, and sometimes in big games, it's whoever can protect the ball. Brett Schaefer on to kick off. Back to receive for Glacier Peak is Jake Berg. Schaefer gets this to Berg. He takes it at the 1. And he will not get very far at the 11-yard line.
Oh, he kind of hesitated there. He wasn't sure which way to go and paused for a little bit, and they were all over him.
Good coverage there by the Mavericks. And if you just joined us, it was 3-0 Glacier Peak. And if you're wondering how Meadowdale got 7 all of a sudden, it was a fake punt by Glacier Peak that was fumbled. The ball did not hit the ground. We're trying to get the replay racked up for you. But the ball pops up in the air, Tim, and number 55, Simmons from Meadowdale, gets it airborne and runs it in.
There was nobody back there to defend him.
4:24 left to go here in the first half of this WESCO 3A South Championship game. Ball now at the 11. Branson back to pass, has times, now fakes it. Now he's going to cut it up. Still on his feet, but big 99 Walsh there finally catches up with him, and he'll get to the 16-yard line. Second down and 7. They'll give Branson a carry of 3 yards. Boy, it's improv night at almost every Friday night for Branson Corwin, isn't it?
He is the great improviser.
Second down and 7, 3:42 left to go here in the first half, live from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle along for the action. Branson Corwin, now he's got Darling in the backfield. Branson back to pass, now he's running out of time, and Corwin goes down at the 12.
Well, not having a lot of success running or passing at the moment.
Let's take a look of how Meadowdale got their 7 points right here. Glacier Peak had a 4th and 8 and went for a fake punt. Pettit goes around the corner, ball pops up. Simmons gets it and he runs it in for a touchdown, and that's where we are, 7-3. Let us know on Facebook if our replay feature's working. STSPN is our Facebook page. 3rd down and 10 now for Branson Corwin and the Grizzlies. Fakes it. Now he gets it out to Berg. Berg from the near side, but well covered by the Mavericks. He's sliced down at the 15.5-yard line. Not going to do it, Boyle.
That brings up a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
They can't seem to turn the corner on Meadowdale right now. Meadowdale's defensive line is doing a stand-up job. Just can't seem to get past them.
I am no coach, but this is screaming for a little center screen.
Absolutely. Those nice little punt by Pettit. Oh,
fair catch.
Did that hit him?
I don't know, but he called for a fair catch, and now Glacier Peak falls on it at the 50-yard line.
I think it's Glacier Peak ball, isn't it? It seemed like that hit a Meadowdale guy. Well, I guess not. So it's
nobody's buying it, Boyle.
No. They were trying to sell it that way.
Oh, my goodness. What a bizarre night here. 1:53 left to go. Glacier Peak has moments on the offense. Again, Rory.
Oh, and they're gonna go with a little hurry up.
Rory, Coach Rowe, trying to get some clarification. After this play, we'll go down to Ron Henthorne. Evans now with a screen, and he just drills it in the dirt. Ron, what's going on down there? What happened on that last on the kickoff? Did you see if Meadowdale touched it?
I didn't see anybody touch it down there. You got probably a better view up there than I do, but I guess the ref didn't see it either, so it doesn't count if they did touch it. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron. So good field position for the Mavericks with 1:49 left to go in the first half. Evans back to pass. 2nd and 10. He gets it to White. White Eludes one tackler, and he gets all the way down to the 36-yard line. Good enough for a Maverick first down.
So Mavericks got about 1:41 to put some points on the board, and that's what they're looking to do here. Kind of first half's gone by really fast.
Boy, I'll tell you
it's
what.
only 7:43, and the first half's about to come to a close.
Incredibly fast. Evans back to pass, looking right, has time, goes over the right side. It's incomplete, almost picked off by Trey Chambers. Going for his brother Josiah, and the thief is hungry again tonight.
I'm looking for him to do something big here.
Also, he talked about, I've been preaching, it's like get number 21, Justin the Hitman Guffey, get him the ball on the offensive side.
I agree. He's a playmaker.
7-14 now, Marysville Pilchuck in the second quarter. Look at that score. Thank you there. This time he gets it to Josiah, and he catches it at the 31-yard line.
That's going to bring up third and about 3, I think. So, oh, look, they're on a hurry up right now.
Usually they huddle.
Left.
They want more points on the board, up 7-3. Evans, time, goes to the field. Dropped.
Oh, and he was open, too, for a first down, and just got a little bit ahead of himself. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Jonathan Kim, the senior, that was the intended receiver for Meadowdale. Boy, he heard footsteps. He heard something coming.
They're obviously going to go for it. 4th and 4 on the 30. I don't know if they got a punter or a kicker that can kick a 47-yard field goal. So
first, they're going to take a timeout.
They're going to talk about it.
We'll take a quick timeout. Glacier Peak football right here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network right after this. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, STSPN.com. 1 minute, 11 seconds to go in this first half. Glacier Peak down 3-7. A big 4th and 4 at the Glacier Peak 30-yard line. And flags are flying.
I think that's going to be against, it's a false start against Meadowdale. Now that's going to make it 4th and 9. That's going to make them think about it a little bit.
Not sure if head coach Mike Don, he is furious.
And I think they're changing their makeup here. I think they might be punting it now. I think they are. They're going to punt it. Big break for Glacier Peak. Now Glacier Peak better get somebody in the backfield. They don't want that rolling down to the 1-yard line again.
Mark it at the 35. No one is back to receive.
I think they should stick somebody back there.
Taylor Linton on to punt for Meadowdale. Still, the clock did not take a beat. 1:11 left to go. Gives Glacier Peak an opportunity, maybe get a drive going.
I think they better drop somebody back.
They're not dropping anybody.
Oh, that might be a delay of game. I think that's going to maybe a delay of game. See what they call here.
Now they're looking over. Referee Jim Carter in the white hat, umpire David Sather, line judge Mike Dolly, Jeff Sherman, Steve Landro.
False start again. 2 back-to-back false starts. That's going to make it 4th and 14 now.
Now we see.
Now they drop somebody back. Is that Guffey they're sticking back there?
That is Austin the Hands Hines.
I doubt they're going to fake it now, 4th and 14.
Linton. Now they're going to take another timeout. All right. We need to tell you about WESCOathletics.com. WESCOathletics.com. Get the game day app. Anything you need to know about WESCO sports, 4A, 3A, it doesn't matter. What sport? We're heading down the road now. We're finalizing our fall sports. We're going to roll into winter sports. You're looking for schedules, rosters, anything. WESCOathletics.com. Also, McDaniel's Do-It Center. We talked about them. Downtown Snohomish. Also want to thank Muscle Milk. Brand new sponsor this year. You need protein, you need recovery. There's only one place to go, and it's Muscle Milk. So 1:11 left to go in this first half. Not a lot of scoring, Tim Boyle.
No, we think they'll finally get this playoff one of these days. Let's see, they went timeout, then penalty, then penalty, then timeout. So eventually they might actually punt this ball.
Originally it was 4th down and 4 yards to go, and now it's 4th and 14. Linton, the rugby-style kick, which is so popular. Hines, I wanted to call him hands. Did he lose it or did he pitch it?
Well, he can't pitch it that way. He pitched it forward, but you can't do that.
Oh, my goodness.
He must have lost that ball because you can't do that, right? You can't pitch it forward. Let's ask Ron what he saw on that play.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting play. That was actually a forward fumble, so no illegal play on that one, guys. Let's see what they can do in a minute here.
Forward fumble. It looked like he almost pitched it, but I don't think they'd try that.
Ball placed at the 11-yard line. 1 minute, 3 seconds to go.
They won't be sitting on it.
In the first half. Got Trey Chambers far out to the left side. Big Nick Allen. And he pitches it to Wong, coming around the left side. Nice block. Wong gets a crease to the 20. 25. Up the sideline. He'd be knocked out of bounds. They're going to say at the 38-yard line, Kainoa Wong.
And how aggressive is he? We've been talking about, he's been our player of the game a couple times. He doesn't run like he's 5'6" or whatever he is.
28-yard carry, and he started behind the line of scrimmage. Kainoa Wong, another big play for the senior. 1st and 10. On the 38, 53 seconds. Branson back to pass, has time, now tucks it. And he slips down, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. Branson Corwin.
They're going to have to probably use a timeout because there's 45 seconds left. I think they do use a timeout. That's the last thing they wanted was, 1, he didn't get out of bounds. 2, he gets doesn't get any yards. So not what they were looking for.
Glacier Peak so far in this first half, 23 carries for 93 yards. Kainoa Wong with that 28-yard run leading the pack. 5 carries for 46 yards. It's 28. Again, the long Leon Elliott had that big gain in the beginning in the first quarter of 21 yards. Passing it's been scarce. 5 for 7, 69 yards. That long one, 39-yarder to Trey Chambers there in their opening drive, but
well, I think, Scott, the stats on both sides are kind of melodramatic right now. I mean, it's kind of
been a little bit of a boring game, kind of. That's what you're saying, Tim?
Well, at least it's been fast.
Excellent. Love the replay. We'll try and dial that in for some more replays here, a brand new feature. And I'm telling you what, Tim Boyle, Nobody doing streaming live sports like us can do replay.
No, of course not.
Add it to the list. All right, 2nd and 10. Branson Corwin, Glacier Peak would love to get some points on the board. Goes deep. It's overthrown, incomplete, going for guess who? Trey Chambers.
Well, that's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
41 seconds left on the clock. Branson Corwin, again, he seems really just zoned in on Trey Chambers, and we love the thief. Don't get us wrong at all.
No, with going to the thief so much, it should open up some other people.
We got
Berg. Was that Austin Hines is in there?
Cole McFadden, who had some big catches early on in the season. The last regular season game tonight. Branson now pitches it out to Hines with a little flat. He gets some room up to the 50 to the 45. Finally taken down at the 43-yard line. 32 seconds. That'll stop the clock.
43-yard line. That's a 60-yard field goal, Scott.
They're in weapon range right now. Branson Corwin, he slams the ball down.
Did he slam? Did he spike it?
He spiked it. Now the white hat telling him you can't. I don't know what he's telling him.
What the? They're still saying 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Clock at 28 seconds. Now he spikes it down.
So that's,
I don't know why he. I guess they started the clock. I guess that's what happened. The referee said we haven't started the clock when they snapped it.
It's still showing first.
Well, it's 2nd down on the field.
The scoreboard's a little messed up tonight.
2nd and 10. Ball right there on the 44-yard line. 26 seconds left. Glacier Peak 3, Meadowdale 7 in this WESCO 3A South championship game. The senior night here tonight. Matthew Darling there in the backfield. Trips to the left. Cole McFadden. He tries to go to McFadden.
Kind of missed his mark there. Kind of threw behind him, so not much of a chance for McFadden to get that at all.
Not much time off the clock. 23 seconds left. 3rd and 10.
Wonder if he'll try a 60-yard field goal here.
Well, they got time. What do you think? They got one more shot at this.
I think they'd like to see him get about 5 or 6 yards at least if they're going to try a field goal.
McFadden, one of the faster receivers they have. He's spread down to the near side. You have Trey Chambers to the far side. Wong also in the mix. Branson goes back, swings it out to Darling in the near flat. He'll run out of bounds around the 40-yard line. 41.
58-yard field goal attempt right here.
17 seconds left, and we'll look down to see if we see number 12, Spencer Pettit.
That might be a little bit out of his range. 41, that'll put it at the 50. Yeah, they're going to go for it, 4th and 7.
See if they can get one more play, maybe get this first down and get Spencer another try.
I think they should have tried for a little more yardage there on that 3rd down play.
McFadden now running over to the far side. You have Trey Chambers, McFadden, and Hines. Wong here on the slot receiver. Now Wong in motion. Pitch it to Wong. See if he can get a first down.
I think he's got it.
He cuts in and he's got it. They need it. 11 seconds left. That'll stop the clock for the first down. Now all the way to the 33.
Timeout, don't they?
Timeout.
I think he's got a timeout left. Now I think is where you bring in Spencer Pettit, kick the field goal.
And now you see a timeout. Glacier Peak, another huge first down pickup.
And Kainoa Wong's been doing that all year long, Scott. Just when you need a key 10, 11 yards, he is definitely your guy.
I thought that was a timeout. Looks like they're not really discussing much.
Well, they're going to try to run one more play. They better be able to get out of bounds.
Clock just started. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Going deep down the sideline. It's intercepted by Evans. There goes the clock. That'll end if they can get him down. He's still on his feet. Now he's tackled around the 27-yard line. What happened to that? Why did they not put the weapon in?
I don't know. I don't like the call personally. I think you got 11 seconds. It's a really tight game. I think you go for the field goal.
Rowe talking to Branson Corwin. I'm sure we'll try and get again. Our Fred's Rivertown Ale House halftime show starts right now. Is Ron Henthorn going to try and get the head coach for Glacier Peak and see what was going on? Meanwhile, we have a downed, injured player out there.
We may not be able to get Rowe because of the injured player. Can't tell who that was.
It's a Glacier Peak player, Coach Rowe, going out laughing and talking to the referees. At halftime here, our Seattle Hill Physical Therapy score, Meadowdale 7, Glacier Peak 3, and here comes Coach Rowe. We'll see if Ron Henthorn can get him.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, He runs right by Ron. Ron, you going to be able to get him or not? Nope.
He said he's got something to talk to the refs about and got to go in. So no Coach Rowe at halftime right here.
All right, time for the Fred's Rivertown halftime show.
I think Ron's going to try to get Steve Hannon. Well, maybe
see if he can get anybody. So real quick, what's your impressions? We'll come back as usual about a few minutes before. We might extend that tonight because there's a lot of stories we didn't get to talk about in our pregame show. But the Fred's Rivertown Ale House halftime show here. What's your assessment so far, Mr. Boyle?
Well, my assessment is I feel like it was the first round of a boxing match. You know, it's kind of how I see this first half. It went by really quick. I think both teams were kind of feeling each other out a little bit. I think it's kind of a half of lost opportunities. I don't really like the call at the end of the half where, you know, you got 11 seconds left. I think you kick that field goal. You're right in Pettit's range. I think it's gonna come down to 3 or 4 points tonight. So I kicked the field goal, but I'm not the coach. That's why I'm not getting paid to do that. He knows what he's doing, but you know, hindsight's 20/20.
Ron, I don't know. He's probably up. We'll try and check
That's
at
number
halftime.
75 there.
Remember, that's Holloman. You do not want anything bad to happen with the with Mr. Holloman. But we're going to take a break at halftime here. We're going to take a break here. 7-3 Meadowdale on top. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.